Welcome, everyone. Here is a question from one of my viewers. Which predictions have ID made? How can I test the predictions ID? I am genuinely interested in the answers. Full transparency, though I do not believe in a God or ID. Hope to hear from you. Here is my response. Predictions made by intelligent design and how to test them. Thank you for your open-minded approach to this question. Intelligent design, ID, is often misunderstood as a purely philosophical or theological stance, but it does make testable predictions that align with the scientific method. Below, I outline some predictions made by ID and ways they can be empirically tested. 1. Prediction. Junk DNA. Will have function ID predicts that so-called junk DNA, long thought to be useless by evolutionary theory, will have important functions. Why? ID posits that the genome is designed for optimal functionality, suggesting that regions once dismissed as non-functional serve roles we have yet to fully understand. Testing. This prediction, research into non-coding regions of DNA has already uncovered numerous functions, such as regulatory roles in gene expression, e.g., ENCODE project findings. Continued study could further validate ID's prediction by discovering additional functions for these regions. 2. Prediction. Irreducibly complex systems cannot be built incrementally. ID argues that certain biological systems, such as the bacterial flagellum or the blood clotting cascade, are irreducibly complex. These systems require all their parts to function and could not have evolved through stepwise processes. Why? A designer would create systems that function as integrated wholes rather than piecemeal over time. Testing. This prediction. Attempts to model or experimentally reproduce stepwise evolutionary pathways for irreducibly complex systems have repeatedly failed to produce functional intermediates. If evolutionary biology provides no plausible, testable pathways for such systems, ID's prediction gains credibility. 3. Prediction. Rapid origin of complex features. ID predicts that new, complex biological features can appear rapidly rather than through the slow, incremental changes posited by Darwinian evolution. Why? A designer could introduce complexity in a single step rather than through long processes. Testing. This prediction. Examples of genetic bursts or the sudden appearance of highly complex traits in the fossil record, e.g., the Cambrian explosion, align with this prediction. Further discoveries of rapid complexity in living organisms would support ID. 4. Prediction. Molecular machines will exhibit evidence of design. ID predicts that molecular machines, like the ATP synthase or ribosomes, will exhibit properties analogous to human-designed systems, such as efficiency, error correction, and redundancy. Why? These features are hallmarks of intelligent design in human-engineered systems. Testing. This prediction. Studies of molecular machines have already shown remarkable similarities to engineered systems. Further investigation into their structure, efficiency, and error correction mechanisms could confirm this prediction. 5. Prediction. Fine-tuning in biological systems. ID predicts that biological systems will exhibit fine-tuning at multiple levels, from molecular interactions to organismal physiology. Why? A designer would optimize systems for their functions, avoiding randomness or inefficiency. Testing. This prediction. Examples include the precise tuning of enzymes for catalytic efficiency and the optimality of genetic coding for error minimization. Ongoing research into these areas could continue to affirm ID's claims. 6. Prediction. The limits of evolutionary mechanisms. ID predicts that natural selection and random mutation cannot generate novel, complex systems beyond a certain threshold. Why? ID argues that there are inherent limits to unguided processes, as they lack the foresight and intentionality required to create complex systems. Testing. This prediction. Laboratory experiments with organisms like E. coli or fruit flies, which allow for observation of thousands of generations, have not demonstrated the evolution of irreducibly complex systems. This supports ID's contention that such changes require design. How to test ID predictions. Testing ID involves empirical observation, falsification, and experimentation, just like any scientific hypothesis. Discover new functions for junk DNA. Ongoing genomic studies can validate ID's prediction that non-coding DNA serves essential purposes. Examine fossil records for complex features. The sudden appearance of complex traits without precursors supports ID over gradualistic evolution. Simulate evolutionary pathways for complex systems. If researchers cannot reproduce plausible stepwise models for systems like the bacterial flagellum, it strengthens ID's case. Analyze molecular machines. Investigate whether molecular machines exhibit hallmarks of intentional design, such as efficiency and irreducibility. Test the limits of evolutionary mechanisms. Long-term evolutionary experiments could show whether natural processes alone can achieve complexity thresholds. Final thoughts. Intelligent design makes falsifiable predictions that can be tested scientifically. While skepticism is healthy, ID should be considered not as a dogmatic belief system, but as a scientific hypothesis that challenges prevailing paradigms. Exploring these predictions with intellectual honesty and an open mind will contribute to a richer understanding of the origins of life and biological complexity. Thank you for your thoughtful question. Thanks for watching. Please like and subscribe.